Supply and Demand and Scarcity and Opportunity Cost. PowerPoint by Logan Alt. Let's get it cracking. Supply and demand. Supply and demand is the economic model for price determination for a market, and basically what that means is that it determines if prices go up or if prices go down, and like how that works. And the supply and demand means that like it goes up and down until it reaches an economic equilibrium. And an economic equilibrium is a supply and demand quantity for a good that is equal. And so that basically means that the supply and the demand are balanced, and the price is at a what's the word? Balanced price, whatever. All right, next. There's four basic rules to supply and demand, and the first rule is that if the demand increases for a good, then and the supply does not move, then there becomes a higher equilibrium, because a higher equilibrium price due to a shortage of supplies or goods, which basically means that like if the demand increases but the supply doesn't, then there's more demand for a supply that they have less of, which causes it to be more rare, which causes the price to increase. And then if demand decreases and the supply stays the same, then there's a lower equilibrium price due to an abundance of supplies or goods, which basically means that uh, if the demand of like if there's not as much as the demand for the good, but there's a lot of supply left, then the price goes down because less people want it, and they're trying to get rid of it to balance everything out. If supply increases and demand stays the same, then there's again a lower equilibrium price due to having an over amount of supplies or goods, and that means that if like again there's more supplies than there is demand, so they're trying to balance it out so the price goes down. It's just from the reverse perspective. And if supply decreases and demand stays the same, then there's a higher equilibrium price due to shortage of supplies or goods, which is basically saying the same thing as the first rule, but equilibrium, which that means uh, there's not as much supply as that can meet the demand, so it's more rare, causing the price to go up. All right. Scarcity and opportunity costs. Scarcity is a shortage of supplies needed to fulfill human wants due to the idea that human wants are unlimited and resources are limited. Uh, that basically means that uh, human needs, like people want and want and want more stuff and more goods and electronics and just supplies in general, but like there's not enough resources in the world to create that many wants, so that is what scarcity is. Scarcity can actually cause recessions, um, which is not good because less money is being spent, and if there's less money being spent, unemployment comes, and then we get into a whole bunch of problems, which is just really bad. Then there's opportunity cost, which is the value of the next best alternative you as the buyer give up, which is basically there's a you got one thing and another thing, and you buy the other one of them, and the value of the thing you didn't buy is what the opportunity cost is because you're giving it up. And for example, going to college instead of getting a job right away, the opportunity cost is giving up the job, which is money and experience right away, and the choice is college, and we'll get into choice later. Here we go. All right, final notes. Supply and demand. So what makes prices in the market go higher and lower. Scarcity, shortage of resources for unlimited amounts of humans, because humans are greedy, just how we are. And then opportunity costs, specifically what you give up and its value when you choose to buy one thing over another, like college and the job thing. Uh, you lose a chance to get money and experience, which is your opportunity costs. And then, but the choice is what you pick to buy or take or do instead of the other thing. In this case, the choice is going to college, and usually that's based on importance for the buyer or the doer, whatever you want to call it. All right, and for the grand finale, boom!